Your forecast a week ago really rattled markets, especially tech markets, you saying that the pandemic will continue to hurt SAP and its customers. We just heard Vonnie talking about those rising numbers in France. They've been rising across Europe. Give us some color on the trends you're seeing in terms of how the pandemic will continue to hurt business and for how long.
First of all, thanks for having me, Emily. And yes, indeed. COVID-19 is an inflection point for our customers. And when talking to many of the CEOs of our customers, actually, what they were telling me, they are seeking for more resilience in their business. And actually, they're running their most mission-critical business processes with SAP, serving their production, serving the logistics, serving the supply chain. And actually, they had a big ask. They want to accelerate the move to the cloud. And this is what we are now doing. We are following the needs of our customers, and we couldn't trade the success of our customers versus the old guidance we had out there in the capital market. And actually, what we are seeing is not only the move to the cloud, but our software, especially in the ERP space, is now more relevant than ever, because these customers now need to transform their business models. They need to seek higher automation. They need to infuse more intelligence to enable working remotely from home to drive higher automation. And this is what we are doing. And I guess there was really no opportunity to go against your customers. Actually, what we are doing is now embracing the needs of our customers.
When it comes to the pandemic, you were quite frank, and I'm curious, do you think this is a harbinger for the rest of tech? Should other companies be bracing themselves for just how bad the pandemic will be?
I guess tech can really help to overcome the pandemic. This is true for the private, but also for the public sector. And this is where we see that, parts of our portfolio are extremely relevant. Think about all the lockdowns which are happening across the world. And again, you just talked about it in Europe. We are actually, going into the second wave of the pandemic. Now, what you need is intelligent supply chain software who can still, enable our customers to produce and deliver. And what you also need is, for example, changing from traditional sales to commerce. And these are all the solutions what tech providers like SAP provide. And we are the number one in many of these markets. And this is very relevant for our customers. And this is why we want to invest now. We want to invest into R&D. We want to invest into the co-innovation with our customers because they need us now. And tech is a key enabler to really come out stronger of the crisis.
Right. But SAP shares, which had been rising going into this, have now plummeted almost 30%, wiping tens of billions of dollars off your market cap. How can investors have confidence after such a massive blow?
Again, Emily, as I mentioned, we had a guidance out there who has foreseen higher growth in on-prem. And now I don't want to trade the success of our customers by forcing them to buy more on-premise software while they want to move to the cloud. And SAP can enable the move to the cloud, can shift these very mission-critical ERP workloads to the cloud. So this is why we are now shifting parts of our guidance, less on-prem and more cloud. We will accelerate the growth in the cloud even more. And when you look at our Q3 numbers, many said, why is cloud revenue only 14%? Actually, our cloud revenue was up 26%. And with that, above the level of our competitors, if you exclude our travel and expense solution, Concur. And who can blame Concur in this crisis, for not growing their business? And this is only a matter of time after COVID when also this business will bounce back. So I'm extremely confident that we're going to even accelerate our growth in the cloud in the years to come.
Now, Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff rejected the idea that this was some sort of bad omen for the rest of the tech industry. He said that you are still going through a CEO transition. You've not navigated the transition to the cloud well. How do you respond to that? I'm curious, do you think companies like Salesforce, like Oracle, also need to worry about the forecast ahead?
Mark and I met last time in Davos, and actually we had a very friendly conversation. And, I don't want to talk so much about our competitors today. And what we are focused on is on the success of our customers. And in CRM, actually, we have seen high growth in Q3. We are the market leader for commerce, and the growth is skyrocketing. And now we are also focusing on making, the connection work between the front office and the supply chain. This is what we are focused on But of course, I wish also Mike all the best.
Do you think this is accelerating a shift away from on-premise permanently?
Absolutely. I mean, this is part why we changed the guidance. I mean, our guidance has foreseen, decent performance on our on-premise revenue business. And look, I mean, I also talked to many of the investors. While they were disappointed about, the short-term change of our guidance, everyone said, Christian, this is the right thing to do, because the cloud is the way to go. And this is what makes SAP successful, especially on the mid and the long term. So everyone was very happy about that. We have 200,000 customers only in the US. Not one single customer reached out to me and complained. Everyone actually reached out to me and said, Christian, thanks for listening to us. Thanks for moving us to the cloud. And thanks for co-innovating. And in the US, we have many R&D labs. And now we are going to hire new engineers. We want to invest. We want to reinvent how businesses run. I mean, Emily, there is no other software provider in the world who can really make this transformation for our customers work.
So speaking of the U.S., you have an interesting outsider's vantage point from Germany. We are heading into a crucial election here. This could be the most volatile week for the markets all year. Beyond that, how does whether it's Biden or Trump in the White House impact your outlook?
Look, I mean, I'm a German, so I will be a close observer tomorrow. All what I can say is actually that the United States were always a great partner for Europe and also for SAP. And, all what I can say, I wish the country all the best for tomorrow.
Now, I know you have young kids at home. You've been navigating this remote work situation as a CEO and as a parent. What does a new normal look like to you and globally, given your position in the U.S. and knowing how governments, to be fair, have dealt with this differently in different countries?
Yeah. So, Emily, first of all, I mean, it's great to see how SAP runs in this during this crisis. I mean, in this pandemic, we put over 28,000 customers live, completely remote, for parts of their most mission-critical business processes. You also can see how important software is, which actually enables you to work remotely from home. And this is also coming back to why we are now changed the guidance. We want to enable our customers to completely, work digitally. Private-wise, I have to say, of course, the family likes it, that I'm now more at home. I have indeed 2 kids who see now the dad more often. So if there's one positive about the crisis, it's definitely, being a bit more at home.
So what is the biggest professional challenge then that you're working on going into 2021?
I mean, my biggest challenge is actually to make sure that our customers tomorrow can produce, can deliver, can sell. And SAP is doing that. We are reaching our helping hand, not only, by the way, on helping them to transform their business models. Also, we are helping the customers who are in financial distress in the crisis. We are reaching out. We are, prolonging, the payment terms. So we don't want to leave one single customer, one single partner behind. And this is our mission. This is our focus in this crisis.